Today we're checking out Oddheader's 7 video game discoveries from hell, and I'm excited to see exactly what has come from the very depths of Satan's arsehole, shall we?
Sponsor the mysterious online game Devil's Game. Today I thought we'd take a look at some of the most hauntingly devilish discoveries that were ever found in video games.
Make sure you subscribe to Oddheader because these are some very, very, very good videos.
Cyberpunk 2077. Thanks to Robert Bertium.
Okay, the most devilish thing about Cyberpunk 2077 was the glitches. Insane amount of bugs in that video game. Remember when that came out? Nothing worked correctly. Well, there was a glitch where your penis would hang out of your trousers just walking around. It would throw and swing in the wind.
For submitting this mystery on oddheader.com. Well, it was only a matter of time before Cyberpunk 2077 ended up on the channel, having been in development for nearly 10 years and released to some rather rocky results.
Yeah, that's one way to say it.
I still think it's a pretty cool game.
I was so excited for this game as well. I was so sad when it came out and it sucked.
For example, after beating the game, Robert decided to go to this building to room 301, which he noticed was visible in the background 2 missions earlier in the game.
Sorry, whenever 301 comes up, I just remember that one YouTube glitch. If you remember that YouTube glitch where your views would stick at 301 plus, I miss that, dude. I actually miss it.
It didn't seem to have anything to do with the story. Robert noticed he could peek inside the room because the door was ajar, but was blocked from actually entering.
There's something written on the wall there.
Robert was able to no-clip into the room and found inside what appeared to be deranged scribblings all over the walls. There appears to have been messages written from floor to ceiling by somebody who was possibly trapped inside.
Oh,
but
Jesus.
It's mostly illegible and scribbled over completely, overlaid with one clear message, "I am not me." Well,
this is the developers on year 9 of making this game.
Sounds like the person who did this doesn't know who did it either. There's not anything in the game that suggests what any of this is supposed to mean. Considering DLC was delayed and so much of this game still appears unfinished. We might not be finding out anytime soon.
No, that's not unfinished. That's supposed to be like that. That's a feature. That's a DeLorean.
And with its roller coaster development in mind and release unlike anything I've ever seen, I wouldn't be totally surprised if this was a
That's a FNAF quote? Wait, are you serious? Is it actually a FNAF quote? Are you kidding?
Thanks for the people down below for submitting this through the Oddheader website and Discord. People Playground is a game where I'm not really sure. The most I can say about People Playground is it's an
this reminds me of Interactive Buddy.
In 2019.
You remember Interactive Buddy? There was this one Flash game that you could just abuse this poor little creature in. It was fantastic.
Whatever these are. But beyond that, the game has only managed to confuse its player base.
Fellas, you haven't nuked your friends before?
Basic premises, with theories ranging from an alien facility experimenting how to eradicate humans, to a PTSD fever dream, to the vengeance of AI against humanity. Or
honestly, fair dues. AI totally deserves to get vengeance against humanity.
Even it just being a game, stop looking into things so much. Even so, everyone is confused about a number of unusual discoveries in the game, some of which were even outright removed, that seemingly confirm there's definitely more here than meets the eye. For example, in random spots hidden throughout the game can be heard extremely hellish audio in an otherwise musicless game.
That's
that
definitely
very appropriately are each named in the game files Hell A through D.
There's not just one hell, there's multiple hells. Because of course there is. When the developers were sitting down, like, oh, what should I call this file? I think I'll call it Hell B.
There was also once a radio hidden outside the boundaries of one of the maps that would play highly suspicious audio if you were to linger around it for a significant period of time.
That's the aliens.
Which was never solved and has since been removed from the game.
That's the aliens, brother! Some UFOs!
Could spawn a television in the game that at random times between midnight and 3 a.m. would display the words, "Wake up, it is dawn."
What the hell is this, like a YouTuber don't do this at 3 a.m. video? Don't go to McDonald's and get the Pikachu Happy Meal at 3 a.m. because a Pikachu will spawn and eat your head off.
Cryptic imagery, and ends with an ambiguous poem about death. Lastly, on one of the maps by endlessly blasting a wall with explosives, one of the wall panels could eventually fall off, revealing its inner workings inside, which held a secret code among the pipes that ended up being a Discord invite code.
No, dude, don't join that Discord server.
Hey, Patterrz.
What is this? What is the Discord server?
That was base 64 that when converted to a PNG gave a QR code that provided an audio recording, which when viewed through a spectrogram had a blueprint on how to build a very elaborate and intricate gate shaper in the game that once built would teleport the player to a long hallway, which is unfortunately where the trail ends, leaving players stuck in this isolated, lonely environment.
That's That's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard in my entire life. Who would the developers really think that someone's gonna do that? They're gonna join the Discord server to get the QR code, to go into the QR code, to get the audio file, to put that into Audacity, to get a gate, to build the gate in the game, to go through the gate, and then go through this hallway, and then what? And then nothing happens? That's the most, that's the worst payoff on the planet.
Still be in the game, constantly patching.
They should be ashamed. There should be cooler things to happen there.
We'll ever get a straight answer to any of this, which is unfortunate considering it would have been nice knowing if there was some sort of method to the madness to whatever this nightmarish horror from hell was supposed to be.
Dude, I don't want to meet the developers of this game. They seem like they're absolutely off their rocker.
Bioshock Infinite.
Ah, the Bioshock series, the original, my favorite game of all time.
Is my very first mystery video, where I looked at a mysterious lighthouse on a mountain that could be found if you no-clipped out of bounds in a random direction in one of the final sequences in the game. And thanks to Michael Arts through the On Header Discord, I now know that in
maybe
addition
that was just a part of the game that didn't end up being used.
There are 2 more cut environments showcasing where more lighthouses would have appeared, including.
Well, the entire point of the game was there's always a lighthouse, there's always a city, and there's always a man. So I guess that makes sense. You've got like the space version, you've got a desert version, there's an underwater version, which is Rapture, you've got the sky version, which is Columbia, and then maybe you'd have like an underground version. There is a new Bioshock game in development, which I'm hoping will be like underground. I think that could be an interesting idea. We've already had the space idea in Prey, so
including this space
underground would be really cool.
Is eerily hiding this mysterious figure, posing in a suit and a hat.
What the hell?
A more mystifying discovery, however, was found regarding a mystery data mined from the game. In Infinite, the main character, Booker DeWitt, arrives in the flying city of Columbia and is immediately accused by the police of being the city's foretold false shepherd because of a mark on his hand. The false shepherd essentially being what the city has been told by their leader Comstock to be the devil. At a certain point in the adventure, the players provided a choice when approaching a ticket seller who slowly becomes more suspicious.
Yeah, just a minute, friend.
Who you can either pull a gun on or keep demanding tickets from, the latter of which prompts him to stab a knife through your hand. If you were to get stabbed in the later scene, your protectee Elizabeth would rip off a piece of her clothing and bandage your hand. Strangely, data miners found on the texture file of the bandage can be found an image of a devil, which never actually appears in the game.
Okay, that's a little weird, dude. They slipped that in there. That's a little developer thing. They just were like, oh, we're gonna put that in there.
Known exactly
the Christians would go
Satan
wild for that
although
one.
It does almost look like a texture meant to wrap around a 3D object. It would also seem to be implying there's something actually
that's a little sneaky thing for the people that go into the files.
Considering this is located where Booker's bleeding from the hand, and there also happens to be a mark that the city believes is a sign of the devil. It does seem strange to me though,
it's all connected.
Booker being the false shepherd is propaganda throughout the story, and his mark is even given a non-devilish explanation. So I'm not exactly sure what the purpose of this image was supposed to be or what it's trying to say. Then again,
I really think that's just like a developer sneaking in a little something for the people they know are eventually going to comb through the files. I don't think it's probably deeper than that.
And I can
still really cool,
see it in some way as a metaphor for Booker's relationship with the game's antagonist Comstock. But pretty much all of that gets thrown out when I see something like this submitted by Bra Boys of a random statue of Comstock that bleeds when shot at just at the right angle. And I'm not sure how that one connects in terms of the actual story at all. Though these elements definitely do a good job of upping the creepy as hell factor.
The hell, if you shoot the Comstock statue in the heart, it bleeds? That's ridiculous. What the fuck?
Odd.
Yeah, odd is a way of saying it. Yeah, good one, Elizabeth.
Thanks to Olivia Hayes
I don't know what
for submitting these mysteries on oddheader.com. 2019's Tamashii is a satanic and mysterious horror game available on Steam, adorned with occult imagery, witches, and unsettling scenes inspired by Japanese horror games of the.
I swear, Japanese games always have this like really different style of horror when it comes to like Western horror. I feel like it's so unique, and Korean horror is like separate to that as well. Like everyone has these different unique styles of doing things.
Through the game, the player makes their way through a series of rooms solving puzzles in order to move forward. However, Olivia submitted some puzzles that still haven't been solved in the game, including this cipher that no one's managed to crack. An odd hidden room filled with strange vibrating dolls whose eyes
no
follow
one's
the
cracked
player.
it?
And most mysteriously, a hidden door past the boundaries of one of the levels that when entered appears to reveal a night vision camera of a random bedroom. And also displays the current date and time. The purpose of the event is currently unclear, and it's uncertain whose room we're looking into or if the footage at any point reveals anything.
No, I swear to God, in like 6 months, we're gonna get a news article that's like, this man was arrested for using a video game to spy on some poor unsuspecting lady. I swear to God.
Pointed out that at one point
that's not supposed to be there. That's messed up, dude.
In this spot, you can see an item that normally displays messages to the player that to this day nobody knows how to access, likely still beholding some sort of secret message for whoever manages to reach it. Hopefully this encourages somebody to do some cracking and get us over there, because I would love to know if it has any insight to
Thought it was
any
a
of the
Mortal
strange
Kombat
mysteries
reference, not
revolving
gonna
around
lie.
the game. Though I wouldn't be surprised if whatever it has to say doesn't make things clear at all.
Yo, what is the
Ultima
tongue
9.
action? Yo, hey yo,
Ascension.
what's going on?
Thanks to Hajime the Fool for submitting this for my Discord server. Ultima 9 was the
This is
final
a
installment
particularly
of
religious
EA's highly
game.
popular RPG franchise of the 90s. Your player character, the Avatar, doesn't even have to journey to Britannia,
Back in the day of good animations, like
where the game takes place for this nightmarish discovery. As at the beginning of the game, the Avatar wakes up in a modern
Dude,
home,
he's
despite the game taking
yoked!
place in a medieval
Oh my
setting.
God.
And Hajime found as soon as the game begins, the player
Christ.
can walk the Avatar into the kitchen, and then randomly open and shut the freezer door 10 times.
10?
My God.
Whoa!
Apparently the Avatar keeps
Whoa!
his victims in the freezer.
What the fuck?
Well, that's nice to
That's
know.
crazy. Look at that. His head's on the floor as well. Pick that
Just
stuff up,
Cause
man.
3. Thanks
Just
to
Cause
the
3,
Plague
I played
Doctor,
2, I didn't play
Hajime the
3.
Fool, and Sea Chameleon for submitting this to the OnHeader Discord. Just Cause 3 marked the point the series was destined to seal its fate as a parody of open-world sandboxes, and in so included a huge number of Easter eggs.
What?
Roland Listerman of the game's development team even said in an interview the team was told anything they wanted to hide in the game, they had to go ahead to do so, which
Oh,
appears
that's
to be
awesome.
why
I love
Roland
that.
appears in the game himself. However, the most mysterious Easter egg in
He
the
put
game
himself
involved a
in the
crypt-
game. Psh, Mr. Narcissist over here.
an out-of-place series
I'm
of
gonna put
obelisks
myself
that
in the
can be
video
found
game.
throughout the environment whose true
I would do the
purpose
same
has
thing.
gone unsolved to this day. Originally, only 2 obelisks were found in the game, which had cryptic pentagrams carved into them, which because are actually curved are believed to be
What does that
elder
mean,
signs,
F11? What does
symbols said
F11
to
do?
awaken the cosmic
I'm not gonna click,
horde
I'm too
known as the
scared.
Cthulhu in H.P. Lovecraft's notorious story The Call of the Cthulhu. The Cthulhu, being an enormous beast worshipped by cultists that's been sleeping beneath the sea for centuries, said to ravish terror and destruction over the world when it's awakened until humanity is completely destroyed.
Yeah,
Later,
sounds
the
about- sounds
Barbarian
like
Sea
me.
Heist DLC added 5 more obelisks and ancient ruins that can be found out in the ocean. This time with
Well, that's
eternal
cool.
burning fires on them
Wait,
and a
F9?
different set of symbols.
Oh, they're all just
the
different
2-letter
F buttons.
combinations around the elder signs are thought to be
You
a
press
cipher.
the F
but
buttons
this
in the
was
correct
never
combination, it
confirmed or
summons
solved.
Cthulhu.
Another obelisk was found in the Mechland Assault DLC, where a round hatch was found at the weapons shipping yard port with a button that didn't do anything. However, another button could be found on a house on the cliffs behind the silo, and another in a house in the forest to the west. That
Open
when
up,
all
open
pressed
up, open
together,
up.
opened the silo and revealed another
Yeah.
obelisk. Players also
Oh,
reported that
damn,
standing next to
hey.
it for an extended period of time, you could hear suspicious audio that some believe may hold some sort of clue. Yet
It's just someone
another
breathing
button
into the
was
mic.
found at another settlement in the same DLC known as Eden Station the Goose, that also when pressed in an interesting twist, didn't do anything at all. Years
Woo!
after the game's
Nothing!
release, Ursurus on the Just Cause wiki discovered that after pressing the button, a second button can actually be found underground out of bounds nearby.
Just dig a
Ursurus
hole,
reported
dude.
he was able to hover over it with a glitch, but didn't seem to be able to interact with it, meaning
Now, see, what you need to do is you need to pile so much dynamite in one area that blows a hole so massive in the world that you can actually get down there and then press it.
we
That's
still
how you
have
unlock
no
Satan
idea
time.
what the button is supposed to do if we're still missing another step to properly activate it. Whatever's going on here, there's certainly something ominous surrounding this whole thing that remains to be solved. And since the game to date has never been fully decompiled and completely data mined, we really have no idea what else is lurking deep in the files of the game.
Oh, yeah, there's definitely demons in there. Like, when you data mine the game, the demons come out.
Let's
That's what
just hope
happens.
that
That's what's
whatever we
supposed to happen.
uncover isn't irritably awakened from its centuries-long slumber ready to serve humanity its endless pain and bleak annihilation. Doki Doki Literature Club.
Oh, no,
2017's
here we
Doki
go.
Doki Literature Club is a
Okay.
visual novel that follows a male
Discoveries from hell. This entire game is from hell. What do you
high
mean?
school student who joins his school literature club at the insistence of his childhood friend. The game is pretty well known
Oh,
for starting
boy.
off like a normal dating simulator that gets progressively darker, eventually evolving into a horror game. The game
Oh,
also
spoilers!
manages to
Hey!
break the fourth
Dude,
wall
spoilers, come
repeatedly, and at one point a hint in the game suggests the player looks inside the data of the game, as one of the files in the character folder has to be deleted in order to properly finish the game. However,
That is really cool. I wonder how you program that.
find more discoveries in the data of the game that don't seem to directly relate to the story, that are only revealed when manipulating more character files in the data that only appear when you first install the game. For example,
What?
changing Monica's file
How do people
extension
find
from
this out?
CHR to PNG results in a square surrounded by a circle of flames, which when
What?
zoomed in on the square
Oh,
reveals
no.
binary code that translates to a long cryptic message, which
Oh,
appears to be
dude,
warning an
come
unknown
on.
character about something ambiguous. Yuri's character files in
What the hell? That's so creepy.
that when decoded tells the story of a teenager that murdered somebody out of curiosity. And lastly, changing the Suki CRH
What are the devs doing?
an abstract gray and white image. However,
Oh,
by
that's
inverting
fine.
the colors and using the
That's okay.
polar coordinates filter set to rectangular and polar,
Nothing wrong with that.
it reveals an
Oh.
image of a blonde woman with only the whites of her eyes showing. To this
kinda
day,
cute.
who the mysterious woman in the image is still unknown. But she
She's
definitely
cute.
has that whole Queen of Hell look going for her.
Oh yeah, well I mean she may be possessed
And
by a
thanks to
demon, but like
Devil's
that's
Game for making
fine.
this video possible.
Make sure that you check out Oddheader. These videos are super cool. These discoveries are super
Come
interesting. If
across
you'd
an
like me to
ending
do
in a
more
video game that
reactions
makes
like
you
this,
think,
make sure you let me know in the
really
comment
how
section.
it ends?
Subscribe to Oddheader. Thank you
Only
so
to
much for
find
allowing me to
out
react to this video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.